In a strange place known as the United States of America, a war was brewing. Brainwashed Marxist idiots in colleges across the nation clashed with equally brainwashed, anime-obsessed neo-Nazis. Starbucks windows were shattered, Dodge Challengers were totaled, and Muslims realized that rental vans were cheaper than plane tickets. Skinny, anemic millennials from coast to coast were hospitalized with life-changing injuries such as sprains and first-degree burns. And the heroic knights of 4chan rose up to defeat Shia LaBeouf and drive the evil villain into a descent towards a madness the likes from which he would never recover.
No, easy, hold on.
As the enemies of freedom destroy the cities that raised them. As America begins to resemble an Iron Maiden album come to life, two heroes have risen up to fight against the culture of utter madness and restore sanity the only way they know how.
What the fuck?
By refusing to take any of it seriously. Mersh.
Buzzy, what is up with Tarantino, man?
What?
What happened to him?
People say I got a real twisted sense of humor.
He looks like he should be on the back of a $10 bill.
Oh my God.
Royce Lopez.
I don't know what it is about him.
Hola, me llamo Royce.
Maybe I'm sick of hearing about him.
Yeah, I don't like hot ham.
Maybe it's his face. He's a punchable face.
You wouldn't download a pig, would you?
He's done nothing to me. He's probably a nice guy.
I don't care.
I don't know what it is about the guy.
Big Cranberry has been lying to you.
Bound forever by their mutual love of smoking marijuana, Simpsons references and affection towards Alex Jones, these two men have joined forces to bring you uncut news and opinions directly from the belly of the beast.
He looks like he should be flying a kite with a fucking key on it. Brendan says he hasn't been able to use the N-word for a while. That's the source of his youth.
Saving Western civilization one childish dick joke at a time. Here they are, your new heroes of the Imperium, Mersh and Royce.
Hi, hello, gay boys and girls. It's Revenge of the Sis, and you know what's up. It's your boys. We're back. We're killing it. We're slaying.
Plop, plop.
We're crushing.
Plop.
Hi, everybody.
Not the stock market. The stock market is not crushing.
No, it's not.
I mean, it's crushing my retirement.
I don't think it's doing nearly as bad today.
No. Yesterday, and like you Mercer was saying it before the show, but they're trying to throw this on Trump like this had anything to do with him, when it really had nothing to do with him. It was
zero. It had zero to do with Trump. Also, honestly, I think this was probably one of the stupidest crashes ever. Like, because everyone panicked. Everyone's acting like, oh my God, this DeepSeek thing is going to undo America. And then all day yesterday on Twitter, I've been watching people fuck around with it, and they're like, it's not that good.
Yeah, I know. I heard it's not good.
Actually not that good.
Yeah, it's not great.
We panicked.
Well,
like, how many times are we going to fall for information coming directly from the country that used Top Gun footage to show up their new fighter planes? Remember that?
You got to admit, though, Top Gun's pretty cool.
But we just take their word for it. Like, China just comes out and go, oh, we make a new open AI. And then we go, oh, God, it's all over. The sky's falling. And you're like, maybe they're lying.
Okay, so look, every day sometimes doing this show, we have droughts of prep, right? We're like, where are we going to cover? And we're like, I'm not having a prep for the show. I have not been able to get to everything. We just haven't. Like, I haven't been able to play Elvis. We just haven't been able to get to him because it is in a speed run of things that have been happening, and it's been fucking just really hard to keep up with. I would argue. Okay, so why don't we start with this? Okay.
Yeah, fine. Let's do whatever you want.
Well, I think when you see the new press secretary, you're going to be happy that I did. Ratchet Ann is out. I believe the new girl's name is Livette. And it's her first day.
Research and study. The drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons.
Now, do you remember that Trump was saying that? He couldn't say anything before the election, but somebody had already leaked it to him. He was saying, it's like, when these drone stuff's released, it's not even a big deal. I don't know why I don't release it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't get it. They were doing it to keep this air of mystery about this because the election was coming up. All of these are
wait a minute. You mean to tell me that the Federal Aviation Administration approved these drone flights?
Yeah.
And that the President of the United States, who's part of the federal government, couldn't just simply make a phone call and find this out?
Well, no, you want to know why? His jitterbug fell between the couch cushions.
I'm starting to think that maybe this last administration was lying to us about a lot of stuff.
Listen, don't say something you can't take back. Like, it's kind of just, it's fucked up.
I said I think. Okay, I'm not trying to,
fine.
you know.
Look, I don't mean to cast aspersions here.
Yeah, I'm not trying to badmouth. I don't want to get in trouble for defamation.
Yeah, I don't want to get fucking defamation for what the last administration did.
Research and study. The drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons.
By the way, remember, Crazy Rambles had a good point. He goes, remember the FAA kept saying, we have no idea what they are. And now it's like, yeah, it's right here. You guys knew. You knew what it was.
Many of these drones were also hobbyists, recreational, and private individuals that enjoy flying drones. In meantime,
dude, remember we jokingly said that when this story broke to you? Like, how many of these people are just idiots with drones?
Yeah, of course. It's a lot of
like anyone can go and spend like for $50 nowadays, you can get a really good drone and you can get a decent one for 50.
Bro, you have no idea. Like, Hammy's like really into them, obviously because the camera stuff. Like, he has a fucking really nice, like a $700 drone that you could plot a course on it. It'll fly by itself, take videos, photos, 4K, and fly back. And if it gets low battery, it knows how far it is, and it never goes far. It always goes just far enough that it could come back no matter what. I mean, the thing is,
well, yeah, like crazy. The ones they had at Range Day.
Yes, those things were.
Remember
awesome.
those Demolition Ranch guys? Like, they've got more money than God, so they had like the really nice camera drones, and those were like fucking literally autopiloting around like the danger zone where we were actually like where you couldn't have people getting filmed.
I was shooting at the drones. They told me to stop.
Could you imagine how fucking banned you'd be right now? Like, that's not funny, dude.
Start with the criminals.
Okay, so now of course they're doing like, well, is he just gonna deport? Is he just gonna deport of the rapists and stuff? Which, by the way, they weren't doing before for some weird reason, or normal, or just normal illegals.
Many criminals. NBC News has learned that ICE arrested 1,179 undocumented immigrants on Sunday, but nearly half of them, 566 of the migrants, appear to have no prior criminal record.
Well, if they're in here, they have a criminal record. If they're in here, that they committed a crime by coming here. No.
Besides entering the country.
Oh, okay. Besides entering the country illegally. Besides that crime, they're not
illegally. Is the president still focused exclusively, which is a civil crime, it's not criminal.
It is a felony. It's a felony. It's a federal crime.
It's a federal crime.
Thank you. Thank you,
ma'am.
Thank you. Oh, God, I forgot.
Hey, I already like you better than that last one.
You know what it is, Mersh? I forgot that it wasn't Ratchetty Ann.
So I'm asking, though, he said he was going to focus on those violent offenders first. So is violent offenders no longer the predicate for these people to be deported?
Listen, the president was very clear that he's going to remove all violent offenders, rapists, anybody who's killed anybody, any murderers, any violent criminals, and also those Mexicans that always like crouch down and stare at women awkwardly at gas stations. They're out of here. They do that shit all the time. They make it like really uncomfortable, or any Mexicans that use the 7-Eleven microwave to heat their fish lunch from home. They're out. Deported immediately. I think before the rapists, we get rid of them. And
how about just all Mexicans that hang out at 7-Eleven and Home Depot?
And then we get a list. The federal government's going to get a list of everybody who's bought Bud Light Clamato. They're deported. Look, we're going to get some Americans in there. But honestly, do we want to live within the same country as people that drink Bud Light Clamato? I don't.
Hear me out on this. We just outlaw Bud Light Clamato. They'll go back themselves.
I hear you, but I want it as like a honey pot. Like we use it as a honey pot. Like everybody that buys one. You think of Acme, like Wile E. Coyote. Everyone who buys one, you put them on a list.
How about this? Buy one, get one free Clamatos with Bud Light for the first year of Trump's administration.
Okay.
Once they stop falling for it,
okay,
and we've rounded up as many as we can, then we make it illegal.
Then we make it illegal.
The rest of them will just go back.
Right, and then we force Bud Light to do it. Be like, do you want to be the gay beer again? Because Dana White kind of fixed you. Dana White and James Gillis kind of fixed you a little bit. We could end that. We could end that.
Oh, listen, you were already the gay beer. Now you want to be the beer that murdered Lake and Riley?
Yeah. Listen.
Like, we're not doing that.
Look, people
want to be that beer.
People will get over you being gay, but people are not going to get over the murder thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. The beer that murders pretty white college girls? Yeah. I don't think that's good for PR.
I don't think so.
They're always, you notice they're always pretty white college girls from the Midwest. Yeah. Every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's always some girl with a fucking Brigham Young University sweatshirt on, like smiling in her photos, and you're like, oh, you're so dead.
Yeah. Oh. Remember the one where they were looking for the Bahamas for how? Remember what was her name? God, the one that was like
Natalie Holloway.
Oh my God, remember that one?
And that was Aruba.
Aruba, sorry, yeah.
And that was Joran Vandersloot, who, by the way, never ever he got totally away with it scot-free. Then went to Brazil, couldn't help himself, murdered another woman.
Well, you know, murder is like potato chips. You can't do just one. I mean, that's usually how it goes, right?
Yeah, and you know what they say, when in Brazil.
But imagine you're this rich kid that lives in Aruba, right? And you're like partying and you're picking up girls and you're fucking them and you're murdering them. And your rich parents get you out of an Aruban prison for like all these crimes. Yep. And then you go to Brazil and fuck up. And now he's in a Brazilian prison. So Godspeed to you, sir. Good luck there.
He's in there for a Brazilian years, too.
We're sentencing you to Brazilian years.
The president has said countless times on the campaign trail, I've been with him at the rallies, I know you've been there covering them too, Peter, that he is focused on launching the largest mass deportation operation in American history of illegal criminals. And if you are an individual, a foreign national, who illegally enters the United States of America, you are, by definition, a criminal. And so therefore, you are subject to deportation.
I apologize for interrupting. So to be clear, it's not violent criminals do not receive precedence in terms of the deportations taking place.
The president has also said two things can be true at the same time. We want to deport illegal criminals, illegal immigrants from this country, but the president has said that, of course, the illegal criminal...
By the way, you know what's... I was thinking about this, and I'm sure you thought about this too, Mersh. You saw how quickly we caught the illegals that were murderers and rapists? Within like 3 days, we caught them. So it means we've known where these people are the entire time and just didn't do anything?
Yeah, because we didn't want to be racist, dude.
No, but we knew where murders, child rapists, we knew where they were living the entire time.
Again, you're missing my point.
Yeah.
We cannot afford to be racist,
Mersh,
dude.
we can't afford not to be.
At this point. I mean,
we have no choice now. We have to be racist now. We have to be racist, okay? We have to survive, dude. We're in real fucking Book of Eli times. We gotta be.
Drug dealers, the rapists, the murderers, the individuals who have committed heinous acts on the interior of our country and who have terrorized law-abiding American citizens, absolutely, those should be the priority of ICE, but that doesn't mean that the other illegal criminals who entered our nation...
Right, like, remember the collateral ones, the one where they arrest the criminals and someone else is there? There's a little bit more.
Carolina on immigration. Of the 3,500 arrests ICE has made so far since President Trump came back into office, can you just tell us the numbers? How many have a criminal record versus those who are just in the country illegally?
All of them! What? We're already answering the same question over and over again.
Yeah, this is pretty...
Okay, I forgot. It's not Ratchety Ann. Hold on. Listen to her answer. This is great.
Those who are just in the country illegally.
All of them, because they illegally broke our nation's law.
Finally.
Wait, I'm sorry. Now I'm starting to actually get a little uncomfortable. Can we go back to, look, the president has made it very clear where he stands on this, and I'm not going to add any more to what the president has already not said. So we're just not going to answer that. I'm not going to keep going in circles with you guys.
Yeah, we're done. We're done. Enough.
Numbers. How many have a criminal record versus those who are just in the country illegally?
All of them, because they illegally broke our nation's laws, and therefore they are criminals, as far as this administration goes. I know the last administration didn't see it that way.
I'm waiting for Ducey to ask a question and her to answer it this concisely, and him just sitting there with his pen and paper going, oh. Okay, I'll write that down. I'm not used to this. I was shadowboxing for a half hour, expecting to fight with you for 20 minutes, and you just, okay, I'm going to tell him.
All you hear is Ducey whimper, and she goes, "Are you okay, Pete?" And he goes, "It's just, I could finally rest.
or it's the opposite. They're like, "You all right, Pete?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm just bored." It's like now I just come to work and I ask like 2 questions and then she answers it, and then I just go back to my hotel. And I just kind of sit there. It's kind of boring.
He's going to start a podcast with Ratchety Ann. That'll be funny.
Oh, we need that. I need that in my life.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you.
So it's a big culture.
You think he's like texting her being like, look, I know we fought a lot, but I kind of miss the dynamic.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie. I kind of miss the excitement. Because, Ducey's deep down, he's probably bummed because he's like, I'm not going to get nearly as many sound bites for the next 4 years.
Of course not. No, of course.
Like, he's on the sidelines now.
Sound bites are done now.
Shift in our nation to view
3 a.m. She's gonna get a text, and it's just Ducey being like, "You up?"
to view someone who breaks our immigration laws as a criminal, but that's exactly what they are.
They are and the way they're doing it too, because they're getting rid of the fucking rape. They're now making these people defend rapists and stuff, which is funny. Here's a little bit more.
With the president's agenda, then the Office of Management and Budget will review those policies. I think this is a very responsible measure. Again, the past 4 years, we've seen the Biden administration spend money like drunken sailors. It's a big reason we've had an inflation crisis in this country, and it's incumbent upon this administration to make sure, again, that
she's talking about the federal funding freeze that Trump also passed. There's a 100% federal funding freeze.
Every penny is being accounted for honestly.
Why impose this pause with so little notice? Why not give organizations more
Or the same reason before the SEC or they go after like a company for like fraud or like tax fraud, you don't give them a heads up, that way they can't shred the documents. You know what I mean? Like if this is to find out what's happening with you don't go, hey, look, in a month, that's Merce, this is perfect. You probably had jobs like this, right? Hey man, in 3 weeks we're doing drug tests. In 3 weeks,
I actually have had jobs like that. Yes,
you know what I mean?
have actually. No, I've when I worked in sales.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about.
My boss used to always be like, "By the way, they're coming around about fucking 3 weeks. I'm gonna be pissing."
Hey man, I know you're going to a music fest, but next week random drug test. Just FYI, I'm putting that out there. For no reason. But like stuff like that, that's why you don't tell them ahead of time. That's why you stop immediately and go, let me see the books. Give me the books.
When I worked at a call center, they straight up told us, because they knew everybody that worked at this call center was a bum with like no real work experience. That's why we all worked there. And they told us, they're like, all right, so we do drug tests. And of course, like nobody wanted to ask, but of course there's always that one dumb guy that's like, oh, a question, like, are they random or how does that work? You're just outing yourself as a pothead when you say that.
Yeah.
Are they random drug tests? And they told us straight up during orientation, no, we test you one time and then you just get the job. And then we never randomly test. We say we randomly test, but we never do. So a bunch of us just detoxed from weed during orientation, passed our drug tests, and we came into work high every day.
Hell yeah.
It's like, all right.
time to plan for the fact that they are about to lose, in some cases, really crucial federal funding.
There's no such thing as crucial federal funding, okay? There's maybe okay, that's not true. There's a few things that I would argue are crucial federal funding, right? But it's like a small percentage. 99% of federal funding is not crucial, and this country will continue to operate without it, because you know what will happen? Normal people will take up. People aren't just going to let the fucking... You know what will happen if the government just stops building roads tomorrow? Someone will come in and go, you know what? I could probably make some money building some roads. Probably cheaper probably cheaper than the government. Hey, I'm Bill the Road Guy. And that's what will happen. We've been lied to. Like, we used to not have income tax in this country. Remember, that's fucking wild, right? Like, think about the fact that we did not have income tax at one point, and the country was fine. And it could still also be fine. Which Trump, by the way, I have a clip. Do you see Trump hinting at that?
No.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Pessy, for sending me this one. Check this out.
America is going to be very rich again, and it's going to happen very quickly. It's time for the United States to return to the system that made us richer and more powerful than ever before.
What's that?
You know, the United States in 1870 to 1913, all tariffs, and that was the richest period in the history of the United States, relatively speaking. In other words, relatively. And they set up the Great Tariff Commission of 1887, and this commission had one function: what to do with all the money that we took in. It was so enormous that they had no idea. It was a blue ribbon committee. It was set up 1887, and what to do with all of the money that we had. And again, Teddy Roosevelt was a beneficiary because when McKinley was killed, he took over this vast sum of money, and he did all of those national parks and all of the other things. And I'm not knocking him, but he was given a vast amount of money, and that was all made through tariffs. We had no income tax. The income tax came in 1913.
Really?
Okay, I did see this part. I did see the part where it cut
Yeah,
into
but
the,
I just wanted the part before is before that's because people go, what are you going to
That's the part that wasn't going around as much.
What are you going to replace it with? Other people will pay for it. Let them these other assholes need us. Let them pay for it.
Listen, I am more than happy with tariffs and look, even a fair tax. Look, I'm still
flat tax?
very much
Flat tax?
I'm somebody that the fair tax, because the flat tax is still an income tax.
Yeah.
I'm about the fair tax, which is a consumption tax.
Right.
Like if you got the fair tax, you're getting rid of capital gains, you're getting rid of income tax, anything that taxes your savings, your investment, anything that by the way, this would also be great for the economy because all the money we put in to the stock market and into crypto and shit, we get to keep the profits. And the other reason the fair tax is good is it's a consumption tax.
Yep.
So if you don't want to pay more taxes, don't get extra snacks. Don't buy like extra luxury items that you know what I mean? Like
Right.
I'd rather just pay more for shit, but leave my fucking money alone.
Correct.
You know? So there's ways to get around it. And I just think a consumption tax better because it literally limits people's consumption, but it encourages people to invest and grow.
Well, if we do the consumption tax, then black guys are going to be paying the highest amount of taxes in the country.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry. They'll actually be paying taxes.
You're right.
See, that's the other reason why the fair tax. I read the whole book.
Right.
I'm sure. I don't know if you ever read the whole book on fair tax.
I have not.
That was one of the few books in my life that I read cover to cover on an airplane, and I was consumed by it. The other reason that the fair tax works is because nobody can escape it. There's no loopholes. There's no, well, you deduct this here and carry the one, or I didn't make enough money, so I don't have to pay taxes. It's literally you go to the store, it's factored into the price, and the government gets their taste. I'm just not one of these people that thinks that, like, I know there's probably a couple of fucking Clints and libertarian Clint Russell types that'll probably be like, no, fuck you, or Luke Rudowski's that'll be like, taxation is theft, not a fucking penny. And I'm like, I do believe that you do need taxes to keep a functioning government. It's just we let them rape us for 100 years now, and it's like we need to go back. You know,
all of the other things, and I'm not knocking him, but he was given a vast amount of money. And that was all made through tariffs. We had no income tax. The income tax came in 1913. As I said in my speech last week, instead of taxing our citizens to enrich foreign nations, we should be tariffing and taxing foreign nations to enrich our citizens.
That is a quote that if it was said by some statesman like JFK or Obama, people will be quoting it forever like, you know, that's not what you can do for your country. But because it's fucking Trump and they fucking hate him, he will not get credit for that. But that's a good line. Right? Like, I mean, it's true. It's simple. It's all these problems. Like Merce, you just said it. You read a book on an airplane, and your idea from a book that you read on an airplane, being a fucking strip club manager, makes way more fucking sense than these people that went 12 years to Ivy League schools talking about universal basic income, and we need to actually tax the billionaires and millionaires unless they're black billionaires because of slavery. And it becomes this convoluted thing where at the end of it, you're working at a fucking factory and paying ridiculous amount of taxes for almost getting your hand ripped off at work. It's not, you know, it's ridiculous. The IRS is the best. Again, Trump saying these 88,000 agents will not be fucking working for the IRS. They'll be fired or they'll go work the fucking border. And you saw Chris, what's Kazakhstan was one of the Kazakhstan guys was like, and these IRS agents aren't qualified to work on the border. And I'm like, they're not qualified to be IRS agents either. Okay. These are all TSA agent level people. That's what you're dealing with.
Oh, that also is the other, not to keep my fucking heart on for the fair tax, but now all the book is all coming back to me now. But like, that's the other reason why the fair tax works is you would be able to eliminate 90% of the tax code and then simplify the other 10%. You would be able to fire most of the IRS, Like, there's so much savings baked into the cake on that fucking fair tax thing because, people spend billions of dollars every year trying to figure out taxes and then this and hiring a guy and carry the one. And if you miss one you're off by one digit, they come and audit you. It's just a fucking. Whereas, again, fair tax, you went to Publix, your bill is about 15% higher than it normally is, but you've paid your taxes. That's it. You just go and Publix literally collects it like a sales tax. You don't have to file anything. Yeah. It literally just gets collected, and then you don't owe anything at the end of the year. It's all fucking taken care of.
And then you can't get audited and your house liened because
that's what I mean. It's all done.
Exactly, because you don't understand every little piece of tax code. Mm-hmm. Here, check this out. So this is Chicago. Let's check in on Chicago, see how they're handling the Trump thing. What do you say?
Dozens of protesters said that they will march in opposition to President Trump's agenda here in Chicago this weekend.
Right. They were scheduled to march right on Inauguration Day, but it was way too cold and dangerous for them. Joni is live now with the latest in what we could.
Hold on.
Yeah.
We were gonna march on Inauguration Day, but then we went outside and it was like, ooh, man, it's really cold.
Yeah, by the way, guys, 8 days later, this march means nothing. If you're not going to do it on Inauguration Day, this is a stupid march. Nobody cares.
See this weekend.
We've already deported like fucking 3,000 illegals since you have your little fucking march.
Tony?
Mm-hmm.
Hi there. Well, there's been a lot of concern in the Chicago neighborhoods with immigrant communities, concern about President Trump's crackdown on undocumented
illegal.
There will be a march tomorrow starting at Water Tower Park. It's generally to protest the Trump administration.
It's a general protest of the Trump administration. They're generally
we're just generally maddie one.
Yeah, well, okay, so I got some more stuff. Check this. Oh, this is fun. This is some couple back-to-backs you're going to like. So, continue with Chicago.
Developing tonight, Chicago, one of 4 Democrat-led cities being investigated because of sanctuary city policies.
Federal government is now investigating every sanctuary city and their policy to see if it's legal. And it's not, because they're breaking the law.
And Mayor Brandon Johnson received a letter to that effect today. WGN's Brona Tumulty has the story tonight.
Right now, Lori Life, it's like, you wanted the job, right? And now she's looking like a hero because she's going after fucking what's-her-face.
She's like, you wanted to be in the game.
Congratulations, yeah.
Good evening. It has been a very busy week for the president and certainly so for federal agents around the country. Immigration and Customs Enforcement tweeting tonight they arrested 1,179 people today on a national level, with the president and his border czar inferring today things are just getting started.
We're tracking down the.
You know what's so funny? I was wondering if that girl was Irish just based on her name, and then she's just like, "Well, the president, he's gonna do what he does." I'm like, "Oh, Jesus Christ!"
Yeah, we could have made fun of her and been right.
Yeah.
Detaining them, and we are throwing them the hell out of our country.
President Donald Trump tonight capping his first week in office, doubling down on his praise for the federal immigration raids happening around the country. His sentiments shared earlier by border czar Tom Homan.
We're going to force immigration law. We're going to make this country safe again.
Homan was in Chicago Sunday as agents made their way to multiple neighborhoods.
Can I just say, I know they always throw the word fascist around so loosely, and I'm tired of hearing it. This man is a fascist, and I love him.
Yeah.
There are certain elements of government where we shouldn't allow fascism. There are other elements of government where you want to hire a fascist to be in charge of that department. We need a fascist guy in charge of this immigration shit. It's such a mess. And he is, dude, this man is a fucking robot.
He's a machine.
He literally is just a Terminator who wants to eliminate all the illegals. It's insane. This man dreams about getting rid of fucking Mexicans at night.
An unknown number of people into custody. He's previously stated criminals are the target, but there will be collateral arrest.
He looks like someone that relaxes by using his ammo press in his garage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how he relaxes.
Meaning anyone who's undocumented. Mary
He
Meg
relaxes by sitting in a chair that's in the dark corner of his room facing the wall, and he just swirls a single ice cube in a glass of scotch.
He is
Honey,
the
are you okay? Just thinking.
executive director of the National Immigrant Justice Centre located in the Loop, stressing the importance of people knowing how they're protected.
They're not. If you're illegal, you're not protected.
Which includes the right to physically see a judicial warrant before ICE or anyone else enters your home.
If an officer comes to their door, they do not need to answer that door or
Yeah, if ICE is there, they have a warrant already.
open that door unless they have a judicial warrant. But they have to see that judicial warrant.
You're going to get people killed, lady.
And make sure it is signed by a judge.
Chicago police not part of these recent crackdowns due to the welcoming city ordinance in place.
It's not. It's called the Welcoming City Ordinance. That's what their sanctuary city ordinance is called, the Welcoming City Ordinance,
which helps classify Chicago as a sanctuary city. That status is now under investigation by the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform.
Now, here's the thing, Mersh. You got to think that the citizens of Chicago are outraged at the Trump administration. They got to be outraged, right? They got to be mad. They got to be outraged. So why don't we check out a city council hearing with the mayor? What do you say? See how it's going. Okay, let's check it out.
You all sit up there and said you will not allow Trump to come in here and get these illegals. Yeah, you can smile. We're in $1 billion deficit. And you spent half of our money, half of that on illegals. You campaign and double down that you will not raise
Hey, Mayor Johnson, can I just say, brother, I've been there. Bro, and you don't win. You just don't win. Here's what you do. You do exactly what you do, and hands in your pockets and shut up and go,
Yep, you're right.
I'm sorry.
Don't listen to him. Tell her she's acting like her mother.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah. No, Pessy.
Say, you know what? Say you're being a real bitch right now.
Ask her if it's her time of month and tell her she's acting like her bitch mother.
And also,
you're being really cunty.
And say things like, now I know why your dad left.
Oh, no.
That'll help. That'll help you. That's going to help you. Do that. See what happens. See what happens.
Campaign and double down that you will not raise property taxes.
I won't raise your property taxes.
You wanted to raise our taxes $300 million.
He ran and he wasn't going to raise property taxes. He wanted to raise it $300 million.
And they shut it down. Now we back here for $150 million. Okay. See, this is what we asking now.
I believe his campaign was read my giant lips, no new tax.
Yeah, seriously.
Come on.
Since you want to crash out, some of y'all say y'all
say you want to crash out. Okay, this is great. Let me back up. This is gonna be fun.
Now, since you want to crash out, some of y'all say y'all willing to go to jail for it. Trump, Tom Homan, make an example out this right here first.
Make example out of this nigga. Did you?
What?
Look, I'll play it again. Look, I'll play it again.
I didn't even. You know what? It's like I heard it.
Here.
But it didn't register.
Some of y'all say y'all willing to go to jail for it. Trump, Tom Homan, make an example out this right here first. Please come here.
No, she hit the hard R. I saw her mouth.
That was a hard R. There was a hard R at the end of that. That was a hard R.
No, to be fair, she was saying it with the A, but the next word immediately started with R, and it's if you're black, you can get away with that. If you're white, it would have sounded like a hard R.
Okay.
If you were a white person, you'd say, get rid of this, and you'd say it with the A, and then you would pause and go right here.
First, spend our tax dollars to go. Michael Rodriguez, you said to take Trump to court to protect these illegals. That's cool because we about to make all of y'all aldermen famous. Y'all think this has gonna ride? I think not. Flip. Woo! Chicago red. We not playing.
This was going to happen to you.
Oh, it wasn't just her. Though. Hold on. There's more.
You got Cash Patel and Pam Bundy that you're going to have to deal with sooner than later.
Yo, and these niggas ain't playing. They ain't playing, homie. This guy's he's gonna do the Mercer press. Listen here, young blood. You don't want.
Hey, listen here, young blood. You don't want to get caught up in that mess. Watch out there now.
We're sick
He's
of
got
the,
a fucking.
we're sick
He's
of
got
the,
an unlit Newport hanging out of his mouth, like just flapping as he talks.
Listen here, blood. We're sick of this. We're sick of all this drug dealing and violence and shooting and raping. We want to go back to the old Chicago with the drug dealing and the shooting and the.
But at least it was Americans that were doing it.
But
God damn it!
Americans that.
God damn it!
And Pam Bundy that you're going to have to deal with sooner than later. Then it's going to be an audit. Next, it's going to be an investigation. Then it's going to be an indictment. Conviction. That's what's going to happen to you.
He brought a fucking jumpsuit. I love that they're bringing props. I love that we got props now.
Mr. Brandon Johnson, I'm up.
Okay, look at this guy. Come on, what's going on
here?
You think there was a little bit of a culture shift that happened?
I am speaking right now, so I would love your undivided attention, please.
Excuse
I'll
me.
wait.
Hello, anyone, please? Can I talk now?
So this just proves to you the lack of leadership that you show in this city. You can't even give me straight eye contact. Now, I'm going to let you know now, the people of Chicago, we're done with you. It is insane how we have been voting Democrat for over 60 plus years, and we've never seen a change from people like you.
You have seen a change. Things have gotten much, much worse.
Yeah, significant, exponentially worse.
Yeah.
Lori Lightfoot, Rob Emanuel, it is insane. Chicago was 37% red. In 2020, it was only 15%.
That's a double. That's fucking, bro. For Chicago to be 37% red, you got to understand that's ridiculous. Like that's, and we were saying it on the show. It's like they're gonna get pissed. You're closing your schools down to put fucking migrants in there. They're gonna get. It's not gonna matter how much EBT cards and shit you give them if you fucking destroy their neighborhoods, bro. And that's what started happening. They were like, "What the fuck is this?" Like again, like we were saying, not that Chicago was the greatest place ever, but at least it was like their place, you know. And now they're getting shot at, not even by other black guys, by Venezuelans, you know.
Yeah.
So we're waking up. So you can pretend that this isn't happening, but I know for a fact that you will not have that seat the next election.
You so strong
You're overmodulating.
about protecting those aliens, but you won't do nothing for the U.S. citizens.
Yo, and these aren't like your fucking grifty Candace Owens blacks. These are like old
No.
blacks. These are old
That's
blacks.
a church granny,
That's a
bro.
church black, dude.
You won't do.
That's a woman who has at one point given her only $500 for a fucking Democratic candidate.
Every one of these people helped Obama get elected. That's every one of they guaranteed.
Nothing for the U.S. citizens.
I got a great way how we can what we can do with
She's my favorite still, though.
this budget. First, let's start with cutting off illegals, getting free everything. Free housing, free schooling, free food. Yeah, let's start with that. That'll save us a lot of money. What, $600 million? Let's start there. Then let's start with your salary. You are going down in history as the worst mayor in America. Let's start with cutting yours. You making too much money. Let's start there. You Democrats, and you remember you told us to defund the police? Remember, you ran on that. Remember, you was the defund the police? Let's start with that. Let's defund the police detail that you have. And let's put the police back in our neighborhood because we're not for defunding the police.
You know what's funny, man? In the time since we even started doing this show, it went from like these fucking hillbilly Trump supporters, these fucking cute-hard MAGA people, to now you get like old blacks, hood black Mexicans are like, nah, Holmes, like, we're done, dude. Like, we can't, like, we're done. Like, we're not doing this anymore. We're fucking done. Trump had such a high approval rating. Remember yesterday we played it. CNN couldn't believe it. Like, she was like, I don't believe that. How's that possible?
That's not real.
That's not real. Genocide Circus said, not all black guys, Royce. Not you, Genocide Circus. You're an anime black. Kill Dotson says, Royce Submerge, y'all some smart fellers. And fart smellers. Ha! Got him. Tom Morello's Mercedes. The other good reason for the fair tax is the black market for non-tax goods it will create. That's actually a very good point. So JoJo from Jers hopped on Pierce Morgan. Hopped on Piers.
Snuck on. Let's come on.
She snuck on Piers. Now Piers Morgan's basically just mainstream Killstream now. Have you seen that?
I
right?
know he had Harry Sisson
Look,
on there, and they all
look at
raped
this.
that
Come
poor
on,
boy.
come on. Okay, so by the way, JoJo from Jersey's that Democrat person who she deleted it, but I did screenshot it. She had a Patreon, even though she was like this big, I'm going to get Biden elected. She had a Patreon that her husband divorced her, and she needed money because
didn't she buy like a house?
She needed a fridge.
And then didn't she get caught going to a concert?
Yeah. But she didn't have money for a fridge, so she needed someone to repair the fridge, if I remember that correctly.
She's also the one who always tweets out like, yesterday my 3-year-old went up to me and said, "Mother, why did everyone vote Donald Trump into office?" And I said I didn't know, and we cried together.
Yeah.
Far, a bunch of illegal immigrant criminals, including some despicable people, by the way, with despicable crimes, have been deported. This is the correct response. Let's take a look.
Yes, again, we got to make fun of her again. I love it.
I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry.
I'm supposed to be doing low carbs, but it's so sad that I keep eating Mexican food.
Did you hear Holman's like response to her?
No.
I mean, it was. I'll give you the quick
Yeah.
and skinny of it. Too bad, so sad. How come he basically was like, yeah, I don't see her crying for all the fucking murder and rape victims. So yeah, bye bye. Too bad.
You saw she deleted this post, right?
Yes, I did hear about that.
No, we didn't.
Oh no, how are we gonna find it?
Well, because they're panicking and realizing like the old shit's not working anymore.
Yeah, we don't cry.
Only people are getting
We're all Cartman licking the tears now. That's what we are. We got to cry more.
attacked. The children. They don't understand. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, Selena. You don't know speaking English?
Wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do.
Have you tried singing Imagine? Or maybe, I guess for you, like a Selena song or something. I don't know.
I'll try everything
Hey, Selena, play Despacito. Wow.
Now, there's a lot to unpack there, but you should know that
JoJo looks like a corpse.
He almost immediately deleted it because the instant reaction from Americans was to absolutely ridicule this absurdly narcissistic response from somebody trying to make this all about her weeping.
And I mind you, I've been punched by Jeremy Clarkson for being quite a tit.
For people, in some cases, I've seen rapists and murderers. What is she crying about?
In some cases, like right here in my state, it was a U.S. citizen and veteran, Piers, that was also detained without a warrant at his place of work. So, I mean...
Was he hiring illegals?
Because you probably shouldn't have been doing that.
If you want to talk about the rapists and criminals that are being detained, but you're just going to not refer to those situations...
Yeah, but you don't talk about the rapists and criminals.
...as well. I mean, we're not really painting a full picture.
Wow, she doesn't know how to be on TV. This is the problem with all these, like, you're finding out because they've been getting a lot of airtime. These, like, Twitter famous people, when you put them on a microphone, like, they don't know how to do it. Like, they just don't. They're just lost. They're all over the place. They're panicking because they can't edit their tweet.
Sure. And I want to just stop...
You can't ride the algorithm when you're in front of an open mic, you stupid bitch.
We have Carmela Soprano at home.
Really quickly on the emotion that she expressed there. We are traumatizing our society as we speak. We are traumatizing our children. There are kids in my town where
Here we go. Oh, here we go. She's going to do the kids.
Yes, think of the children. Won't anyone think of the children?
I live. My kids are 12 and almost 12 and 15 years old, and they ask me every day.
They ask her every day, Merce. Her children ask her every day.
My friends want to know when their parents are
I
going to...
have a feeling your children ask you every day the same thing that most kids ask. Can we get McDonald's?
If one of them's a 15-year-old, he's going, Mom, can you please get off of Twitter? You're fucking embarrassing me.
Yeah, seriously. I have to go to school.
Right.
Her kids always talk to her like they're reporters. She's always like, my daughter went up to me and said, Mom, we want to know at school. What do you think of... Like, listen how she phrases this shit. She's a fucking...
18 years old, and they ask me every day. My friends want to know when their parents are going to be taken. And
well, I mean, I don't know. It depends. Were they rapists or murderers? It's probably sooner rather than later. It really depends where they are on that list.
will they have to go too? And if they don't go, who will take care of them? There was a video that went around my town last night.
Can somebody get Holman and Photoshop him on Jericho with holding the list? That way we have that. He just made the list. Can somebody make that for me? Thank you.
The children here thought was real of ICE coming and taking kids out of their homes.
So let me ask you.
This
Let me
is
ask you.
traumatizing, Piers.
Okay, Jojo, let me ask you. So do you believe then that it is entirely correct and proper that illegal immigrants who've entered the country illegally and are then criminals who've broken the law, that they should be allowed to stay? And what about the million people who've already been processed for deportation under the Biden administration but weren't actually deported? Would you keep them as well? In other words, for you, is there no limit to what people can do? They can come in illegally, they can break the law with impunity, they can be processed for deportation, but still you want to keep them in America. Well, what are you saying? It's important to clarify it.
What was she saying, Pierce? All right, well, I'm not going to watch your show. I don't care that much.
No, I don't think anybody does.
See the Newsmax guy being a shitlord?
No.
No tacos, no enchiladas, none of that for you.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
what are you
my
going
God, that's a...
You come take it out of my ham? I'm going to eat half this plate during the break. Maybe I'll call the ICE hotline. I don't know if I'll have enough time.
It's fucking hilarious.
It must be fun to work at Newsmax. You kind of do whatever you want. You know what I mean? You kind of do whatever you want there.
All kidding aside, those are actually really good.
They look good. Honestly, can I say those tacos do look good?
Taco. These people broke the law. They broke the law to get here. And once they were here, they broke the law again. It was just serious crimes, folks. These are not like shoplifting.
Which also you should get deported for that.
By the way, yeah, I don't care if it's jaywalking. Get them the fuck out. Bye.
Bye, bitch. Later.
Have you heard like the stories now too? Like, I saw a video on Twitter the other day that said there was a woman at the fucking doctor's office in San Diego, and her doctor, she goes, I come to the doctor and like it's always fucking packed. And she took a video. Her doctor's office is empty. I saw videos of construction sites at the border of Texas empty. Only the supervisor trucks were there.
Did you see the Chicago Home Depot?
No. Is it empty?
Empty.
They're literally all went underground. They're all hiding.
Guys, you're not going to hide at Ace Hardware. That's where they're going next. You think you're going to hide at Lowe's? They're going to go there too. Oh, something else. Speaking of doctors, Mersh, so much was going on. We also forgot about this super base thing that happened.
Today on Forbes, with NIH in chaos, scientists fear Trump will hamstring critical medical research. Last Wednesday, around 1:30 p.m. Pacific Time, Esther Chu, a professor of emergency medicine at Oregon Health and Science University, got an email that the National Institutes of Health study section she was slated to sit on the next day was canceled.
Oh, no. What happened? NIH?
Within hours, as word of NIH meeting cancellations pinged across the social media platform Blue Sky,
Which means no one saw it.
she realized that this wasn't only about the opioid research she would be reviewing, but a broader NIH research shutdown. Chu noted that there was no announcement on the NIH website, but as it became clear that the cancellation involved all stages of scientific proposals in the grant's review process, the reality sunk in, and she began to gauge best case and worst case possibilities.
By the way, this is happening and RFK is not even in yet. Because they're framing it like, the opioid. No. We're stopping all the NIH bullshit because you know who's the happiest about this is going to be Rand Paul. The guy who's always out there like, we were funding sex changes for hamsters. Like, it's always something like that. We were doing research to sex change hamsters. And you look at all these grants and all the stuff we give money to. Like, does mayonnaise have feelings? Let's give him $5 million to find out. Who fucking knows? And they throw
I want to know.
It doesn't. It turns out mayonnaise does not have feelings.
Man.
She said, quote, "We are preparing for the worst. It's very stressful, especially when your entire career or training path hinges on it."
I know, it sucks. Yeah, that we have all these worthless studies that we don't need.
The NIH is the crown jewel of American scientific research, investing most of its $47 billion budget on medical research.
Break down what medical research you're doing. You mean like putting sand fleas on fucking beagles?
Or like gain of function research?
Because that's also something that they do.
Without the NIH meetings, known as study sections, the agency can't
See, the
review
problem
grant-
is, Royce, and you know, guys, I got to explain this to Royce. He doesn't understand medical science as well as I do.
Okay.
You see, Royce, if we don't create a super weapon disease, then we can't then make the cure for it.
But isn't
And
that,
it sounds like you don't want us to have cures for these diseases that don't even exist yet.
isn't that like a firefighter starting a fire so you could put out a fire?
Yeah, and those people are fucking heroes. Now I'm glad you're grabbing it. And now he's getting it, guys.
Okay. I mean, I guess.
We want to be like the hero firefighters.
Okay.
grants and thus can't make research awards.
Oh, no, not research awards. Guys are not going to be able to have research awards. What are we going to do?
See, Royce doesn't understand. Dr. Fauci's a hero like a firefighter, except the fire he set killed tens of millions of people.
Well, that's not true. Firefighters don't get pardoned for killing people.
That's true.
Yeah, and that's
get
like
pardons.
that's like 100 million less dead people than the mayonnaise feelings guy. So
yeah,
I mean,
that's a lot more.
It's like creating a fire, but it's airborne and it goes all around the world.
can
that
breathe
sounds
it.
great.
Those funds are critically important in helping researchers study cancer, Alzheimer's disease, diabetes, and opioid addiction.
Cool. Have they solved any of those things?
I think Fauci was just like, you know what it is? I'm just a huge fan of Project Zomboid. And I always wanted to see, I love George Romero movies. And I always wanted to know what it would be like in real life.
Numerous other health issues, and have helped fund major breakthroughs, including Moderna's development of its mRNA vaccine against.
I'm sorry, but you're only just making me 100%.
Yeah, you're not selling me on how this is bad.
COVID-19.
That didn't. Okay, we're on YouTube.
Vaccinations against COVID.
How about this? How about, can I do this?
I always laugh when Royce is like, yeah, like you.
How about this? How about this? How about this? Stairs RFK Jr.ly.
You know what's funny? Royce is going to find himself now. He's going to start habitually doing this in his real life.
I am. We're on YouTube.
Like, he's just going to be at like online at the DMV, and he's going to be like, "You fucking YouTube. Congrats yourself, YouTube."
19 saved at least 14 million people from dying in
Did
the
it?
first year.
How many people did it kill?
We don't know, none, because it's safe and effective.
How many?
Safe and effective.
Pretty much every major university or medical institution relies on federal grants to fund their research.
I know. Isn't that crazy that these private institutions need federal funding to do their studies? It's weird, right?
With big recipients of NIH funding, including Johns Hopkins University, the University of Pennsylvania, and Massachusetts General Hospital. A small proportion of funds.
Okay, but why? Can you explain to me? You've had all this medical research going on now for years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
How come everyone's just sicker and fatter and angrier than they've ever been?
Oh, I mean, mostly because they're using the money to torture dogs.
Yeah, it's like if you listen, this would be a great like dunk on Trump, right? If you were able to actually list all these amazing breakthroughs that actually helped us.
Mm-hmm. But no, Biden said he was going to cure cancer.
Yeah, well, now he's not president. He's got time to work on that.
Mm-hmm.
Including those
he was so busy. That was the problem as president. He was so busy. Now he can just focus solely on curing cancer like he promised.
Yeah, and not the fart naps that everybody said he was taking.
Fart naps.
Yeah, you know, old man fart naps, and they fart and it wakes them up.
They get startled.
Yeah. Ah!
Healthcare research.
Remember when Fez did that, and Ron would not let him live it down?
No.
Fez, it was a real story. Like, I think Ron invited Fez over to his house for like to watch football or whatever, and Fez was sitting on his recliner, and he fell asleep, and then he farted and woke himself up and scared himself.
Yes.
Research institution ARPA.
Fez, I invite you over to my house, and you're just farting at my house. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
H. Go to healthcare and biomedical startups with promising early stage research. ARPA-H had a meeting in San Francisco that was to draw more than 100 people on Thursday, but it was abruptly canceled.
Wow, 100 people?
In the short term, the cancellation of these meetings means that some researchers who expect to receive funds in January will see those funds delayed.
They shouldn't get them. hopefully canceled. You guys are not going to make us. The problem is you cannot make us feel bad for an industry that completely wrecked this country because of the unpleasantness, and it's just
Yeah, the whole that whole thing.
The whole thing,
The Inside Times.
The inside. That's right. The Inside Times. The long ago in the Inside Times.
Yes.
When I was young, all we had was Netflix, and that's it. And you know what? When I was young, there was a time when people were just collecting toilet paper. That was something crazy people did. And everyone was like, yeah, that makes sense. The Beltroff says, the CIA killed the wrong Selena. Nickerdale says, I'm sick of the food argument. Mexicans don't have their own food. The Spaniards brought it all over with all the culture that they had today. The Mayans didn't have pork, chicken, or cheese. Yeah, but they sacrificed humans.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty cool. And you know what else is cool? Locals.
Locals is so cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's the coolest.
I mean, we talk about how cute boys are and stuff like that over there. It's really, we play Babysitter's Club, that old
We
board
do.
game.
We braid each other's hair. We sleepovers.
Which is really rough because Mersh and I aren't doing great in the hair department. It's pubic. We braid each other's pubic hair. Like our penises look like R. Kelly in jail.
I have cornrows.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Mersh's balls tried to sell me drugs.
Mine looks like a white woman back from Jamaica.
Ooh, someone went on a cruise. RevengeOfTheSith.locals.com or Patreon.com/We're Not Sorry. Sign up for either or. It's $7 a month. You can get every Wednesday show, which is tomorrow's show, half of every Friday show exclusively for you, and our movie reviews that we do every month, plus an archive of all our old paywall shows, which, by the way, have some of the best ones. Last week's was amazing, by the way. So just sign up, $7 a month. That's how we keep doing the show. Because of viewers like you. And I think that's pretty much it for ROTCstore.com if you want to buy some of our merch, guys.
That's always cool too.
Yeah, any way you can help us out. Oh, I also wanted to plug this. I know you got a lot of listeners listen to the show via podcast, right? Well, I've kind of been working and fixing the feed up a little bit, but if you want to help us because we get a little bit more ad revenue for these auto ads, and by the way, they're like 1 or 2 ads, like nothing at the beginning of the audio podcast. But if you guys want to use the app Spreaker, that's SPREAKER.com. to listen to the podcast, we just get a little bit more. I mean, if you're going to listen anyway, listen any way you want. We don't care if you use Spotify, Apple, whatever you want. But if you want to help us out,
But if you are doing audio only in your car, it's better for us if you use Spreaker.
That's
you know
all.
what I mean?
We get a little bit more, and you help us out. Again, listen any way you want. We appreciate it. Guys, we will be right back. Stay where you are. Wiki.
that looks scary. The House of Unskippable Podcast ads.
Before we get to the thrilling conclusion of Murder at the South Pole, I'd like to tell you about Untuck It shirts.
I'm hitting skip ahead, but it's not doing anything.
Last weekend, I was at a barbecue and thought, what's with all this excess fabric at the bottom of my shirt?
I got a clearly fake personal story.
The big game was on the boob tube, but the biggest touchdown was the perfect length of my friend's premium-made, affordably priced shirt.
Literally no one talks like that.
So I went right home and binged Untuck It on my Microsoft Surface.
Is this a promotion within a promotion?
Untuck It shirts. We weren't here for Kevin James, but we're here now.
Second hour, ROTC. Thank you for staying with us. If you like what we do, look down below. Join our locals or our Patreon. $7 a month. That's how we keep doing the show. If you enjoy it. And thank you to everyone that's been over on the YouTube side that's been watching our shorts and stuff. It's been really helping us at least pop through a little bit on the algorithm. Even though we're not monetized, it does help us. It does help the show grow. So thank you to everyone that's over there. And if you're watching this on either platform, hit like, share, comment on YouTube. Comment on our clips. It helps in the algorithm. All that shit helps. So, all right. Let's see. What do we got here? What do we got?
Hey, real quick. So you guys were talking about Trump just going ham on America, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he halted $37 million to the WHO. He also halted $50 million intended for condom distribution in Gaza.
What?
Gaza condoms.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess goats have STDs.
Did you saw Antonio? Wait, hold on. So hold on. That makes sense because Antonio Brown replied to something about that. I think he said Gaza has the worst pullout game.
Yeah, that's what it's.
Okay.
But Clint Russell pointed out on Twitter, buying in bulk can get you condoms for 25 cents or less, and there's 2.1 million people in Gaza, and half are kids and half are men. So you're talking about 500,000 men, and you could get 200 million condoms for 500,000 dudes. Like, bro, I'm telling you, man, they're gonna find so much corruption in the fucking this money that goes around.
Dude. All right. What is this? Let me make sure I got the right one here. All right, here it is.
Take a look at this text received by one of our producers here at Local 4. It's part of a scam that's sweeping the country right now. You may have gotten one on your phone. Texts that are telling people they owe money to a state tolling agency. Cybersecurity pros say it's all meant to get into your bank account.
If you click a link that says easydrive.com-easy7k.xin/US, you deserve to get all your money stolen.
On its website, Massachusetts Easy Pass warns the overdue toll message is a scam.
Yeah, if anyone's going to steal money from the Massachusetts taxpayer, it's going to be Massachusetts. All right, we're going to earn that Taxachusetts name.
It's happening across the country. Criminals posing as tolling authorities.
Indians posing as authorities. It's Indians. Maybe Nigerians, but this might be Nigerian.
Security pros say the scam software was built in China and then sold to criminal gangs around the world.
What they really want is that one-time code from your bank so they can enroll your stolen credit card in Apple Pay or Google Pay.
Called a smishing scheme using
SMS
messaging. Cyber pros say it's the latest twist to a scam telling Americans they owe money for a postal delivery. Here at home, several members of the Local 4 news team receiving a text message just like this one. And our crime and safety expert, Darnell Blackburn, says fell for it. First thing you should do is just ignore it.
You should recognize this as spam automatically.
Bro, you don't live in the best house.
And the fact that
I'm just saying, dude.
This area code is an international area code. It's like a +63. I mean, first thing you should do is just initially block this. Block it, report it as spam, and don't address it, don't copy it, don't paste it, don't respond. Just block this right away.
Pretty simple, just don't respond and get rid of it. Darnell also points out you should never click on the link or accept a one-time code. That could open up your bank account. That's what they're after. That's how you got to be vigilant.
Are people so stupid that we really need to tell them this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the world we live in now.
All right, what's all right,
Video of a Boyle County dementia patient who was arrested back in October for alleged shoplifting, among several other charges. Well, this morning, those charges were dropped, and
because the guy had dementia.
New body cam footage with audio of that incident revealed.
Bro, you remember the lady they fucking busted her whole face up years ago? The old lady that was like wandering out of the fucking Walmart, and the guy fucking slammed her on the goddamn sidewalk.
Broke her shoulder or elbow or something like that. Yeah.
Something. I remember it being an injury where, like, I remember going, oh my God, that's like an old lady.
LEX18's Kaylee Randall was back in Danville to sit down with the man's attorney and relieved wife to get a deeper look into how this happened. And we want to warn you, the video you're about to see.
Oh, yeah, because cops like have a fucking real problem because they were bullies in high school. So when they get badges, it really just goes to their head.
No, that's not true. They become good dudes.
Oh, yeah?
To some viewers.
If cops are such good dudes, how come everyone I knew in high school that turned out to be a cop was such a fucking asshole?
Oh, well, they become good once they get a badge.
Okay.
Put you in there, or you want to get in there yourself? Get this off. This hurts my hands. What are you doing? Oh.
That is John Hardwick on a Danville police officer's body cam. The 66-year-old Danville man with dementia was arrested at a Walmart on October 15th for alleged shoplifting and public intoxication. Today,
he wasn't intoxicated. He had dementia.
in Boyle County Court, all charges were dropped and the case dismissed. John's wife, Cindy Hardwick,
wow, that's a rough-looking family,
was in the courtroom.
I can't believe it, and I give God the credit. My God is a big God. And I prayed this morning, it's all in...
You ever got that thin blue line sticker?
In your will, Lord, and I know you'll take care of it. And he has.
Yesterday, we shared with you the Walmart security footage of 3 Danville
Jesus.
police officers
Oh,
taking John to the ground. Then the video appears to show an officer hitting him
He's
several
punching him. He's fucking punching
Dude,
the guy in the
that
face.
times.
Yeah,
For shoplifting?
You gotta. They're heroes. They're hero cops. You got to give them a break.
Now, a different angle of the incident with audio from the officer's camera.
What are you doing?
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put him on.
What are you doing, the ground, buddy?
Oh. God. Put your hands behind your back. Do it now or you're going to get taken.
God.
Behind your back.
Oh,
there.
Please
I got
quit.
him.
Don't God. Hurts my...
As the officers remove John from the store, he is heard repeating, "It hurts my hand."
For about 3 days, he said, they hurt me.
Before the encounter with Danville police, Cindy had gone to the store with John often. She explains that someone with dementia needs routines, and that's one of his.
With someone with frontotemporal dementia, it's very big. It is with all, because they don't like to get out of the routine. But for him, if you do something out of line, he won't go along with it. So as long as he does his routine, he's very calm.
Why was he there by himself?
During the shopping trip, Cindy stopped to speak with a couple who
Oh, no, he wasn't there by himself. He was there with her, and she just was talking to somebody.
attends her church, losing John in the process and not realizing what had gone down.
They had asked for his license, and he knows what the license is for, but he doesn't know that's a license. You know, he knows he got that to drive. That's probably about all he knows.
Danville police say the employee put the alcohol behind the register. Then John walked around the counter and picked it back up. Then they say John tried to leave the store.
He's passed all points of sale.
He hasn't passed any yet. He hasn't stolen anything, but he did walk in the back behind the customer service desk and grab these off the shelf.
He has not passed any point of sale.
Uh-oh, that's going to be a problem.
Watch the officer's next reaction.
He sounds like enough for shoplifting for me.
No, it's not. He didn't leave point of sale. And I know this because we all worked at retail at some point in high school. I'm sure that they make it very clear that you cannot do anything until they leave a certain area.
That is why the cops hang out and wait for you right there at the door. They make sure to get you coming out the door. Like, they very rarely will come in and arrest you. The only times I have seen shoplifters get arrested without going past points of sale is when they come back to the same store like a fucking retarded gypsy, and Walmart will call them and go, "No, we have them on tape from the last fucking time, but they're here again and they're putting things in their pocket." Then they'll arrest you because they're technically arresting you for the last time you did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is going to be a rough fucking
contact
battle.
me in there because he tried to tell him that. I even tried to carry in my car his papers on frontotemporal.
Danville police also stressed that John refused to be handcuffed and they had to force him to the ground.
He's leg whipped to the ground. There was an attempt at a chokehold. The officer used strikes to the suspect's shoulder to gain the suspect's compliance. I guess Chief Gray believes striking a 66-year-old man on the ground is appropriate.
They are supposed to be protectors of us.
They never were. You all fell for it. You fell for it.
Thin blue line, baby.
You fell for it. These fucking people, man.
We are getting some new details tonight after the feds bust dozens of people in the Houston area in a drug and money laundering scheme, all tied to one of the most dangerous drug cartels. Thank you for joining us.
Pfizer?
Tonight at 10 o'clock, I'm Daniela Guzman.
And I'm Keith Garvin. Federal prosecutors say the criminal network used cell phone stores in Houston to get drug money back to Mexico. KPRC2's Bryce Newberry is live in the newsroom tonight to explain.
Right. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to funnel the money through pharma companies like the federal government does. That's how you do that, dummy.
You're doing it all wrong. You got to be white collar.
Right. Yeah. And actually, the drugs that these companies sell are a lot dangerous. Fentanyl, by the way, the whole fentanyl. Who made fentanyl? It wasn't some Mexicans in a lab that didn't develop it. I'll tell you that.
Explain how all this went down.
Maybe your stinger's too loud.
Bryce?
Yeah, Keith, Danny, nearly 30 people have been arrested, a majority of them from the Houston area, all with alleged ties to the Jalisco New Generation drug cartel.
New Generation. So it's like, Saved by the Bell New Class? This is the Jalisco New Class.
Oh, I was thinking it was the New Generation, like when they had Bret Hart and Diesel. So I guess we're both wrong.
I was just thinking of Pepsi because it's the new generation.
They're the choice of a new generation.
This nearly 2-year investigation, dubbed Operation Notch, involved undercover operations with the DEA and IRS.
Yeah, they were going after the guy that created Minecraft.
I was trying to think of a way to work a Minecraft reference.
Yes, but it is a little complex, so let me try to explain here. The cartel, also known as CJNG,
on the stock market,
would send drugs to the U.S. and sell them. That money would then be taken to 2 Houston area cell phone stores, including an undercover shop set up by federal agents. And then, according to prosecutors, the money paid for phones that got shipped to 7 other cell phone stores in Mexico, where they'd be sold at higher prices in pesos, and then the proceeds would go back to the cartel. The main reason for all of this, of course, to avoid detection by law enforcement by not shipping large amounts of money.
And Bryce, we know that this is considered one of the most violent and dangerous drug cartels out there. What did it take to solve this, to get to this point?
Well,
they just kind of started trying.
Yeah, turned out wasn't that hard.
They weren't trying before. Then they started trying.
A special agent in charge told us
it turns out if you just show up and do your job,
yeah,
things work out.
Sophisticated organization. Take a listen.
Not only did we crack the code, we went undercover and we got down and dirty with them and created cell phone stores that they did not know it was us, law enforcement. We took their money, we helped them, and now they're going to jail and they will pay for it.
Some of those arrested include legitimate business owners here in the Houston area. I want to show you some video from earlier tonight when we tracked down one of the businesses. This is one of the cell phone stores connected to what prosecutors call an international criminal.
Listen, just looking at that place, I can tell you the crimes happened there.
Cellular, I don't know. It looks like a nice neighborhood.
Criminal operation.
You know what, though? I bet you in that strip mall you get banging ass Chinese food.
Oh, yeah.
Southwest Houston.
And a hand job.
You can see we're in a strip center, and outside.
Yep. Let's see. Wait, hold on. Let's see what's in the strip center. Smoke and vape. I can't read the other ones.
And outside of this business, there's a security gate that appears to block the main entrance. There's also a lot of security cameras outside. And then inside, it appears to be dark with just a few flashing, colorful lights. Now, state business records connect this place to defendant Nabil Iqbal. He is listed as the owner and now faces up to 20 years in prison on these money laundering charges. As federal agents made arrests across the Houston area yesterday, neighbors here tell me police descended on the business.
As far as we know that they are doing the cell phone stores, accessories, iPads. There might be approximately 8 to 10 police officers. I came here to get the charger, and that's it. He said, though, you cannot go right now. There's some investigations going on. I saw they took 2 boxes.
If you went to get a charger, we'll go to a fucking Walgreens. Why are you going to these overpriced fucking Haji stores? This guy was up to something. Like, who? Imagine going to one of these.
No, I was only coming to this very inconvenient, overpriced place to just buy regular charger.
Did you see the?
My relative gave me these gold bars. It was present.
Did you see the female rapper, Dank DeMoss?
Oh, the fat one?
Yeah. It was sued Lyft, a multi-million-dollar lawsuit to Lyft because the Lyft driver wouldn't take her because he said she was too big for his car.
Yeah.
This is her.
By the way, ma'am, you're not a rapper, okay? You know why? Nobody's ever heard of you until this. You're the fat Uber lady.
Bro.
That's what you are, and that's what you'll always be.
She eats the rapper.
Bro.
Dude, for real.
Look at her. How much do you think this bitch weighs?
Can we guess? You think we can go to guess?
Maybe. Oh my God, she's
like
got
570.
She's got those lymphoma things, like where like the 600-pound life, like fucking growths on her legs.
I'm gonna go. She's got to be 4. I'm gonna go 460.
Yeah, she's short, so that's a lot too at that height. Well, you know who never complains? Because they always test the sizes, Mersh. This will never happen to them.
Oh, here we go, baby.
This will never happen to them.
Have you been dying to ride Golden Zephyr?
Again, always with the childlike backpacks and clothes. It drives me nuts.
The Disney adult look.
How molested were you as kids?
How much do they weigh? And I'll tell you.
That's
just saying.
Have you been dying to?
There should be like a square root problem where that you can figure that out, where mathematically you could just figure out how molested somebody was.
Have you been dying to ride Golden Zephyr at Disney's California Adventure?
Oh, there's a step up. Oh, this is going to be a problem because there is a step up. I'm already seeing, Mersh.
2x to 4x, do you think?
I don't think 5x makes it on this bad boy. I don't think 4x makes it on this bad boy. We've got to start taking bets. I think only 3x makes it on this bad boy.
That actually does look like a tighter squeeze than usual.
Yeah, let's find out.
Have you been dying to ride Golden Zephyr at Disney's California Adventure, but you weren't sure if you'd fit? Hey, everyone!
Oh, she's got to go over the whole thing.
Oh, God.
We're plus-size park hoppers. We range in sizes from 2x to 5x. Make sure you like this video and follow us for more plus-size Disney tips.
5X hates doing this because she has to hold all our purses when we ride everything.
Dude, stepping up and into a ride like that shouldn't involve 11 motions.
It shouldn't involve a live blog.
But you know what I mean? Like, you should just be up, step in, sit down. But it's like up, grab, swing, get the butt over the thing, swing your leg around. Like, it's a whole project. It's hilarious.
Like, you see them when they get so big that they have to build up momentum to get up from the couch. They have to do one of these. They like just get up.
Could those people legally even go on a ski lift?
I don't think you could stop them, or you have to sue the ski lift.
I wouldn't get on a ski lift if I saw like somebody that big getting on one. I'd be
agree.
like, nope. Those things already terrify the shit out of me. I'm not getting on with the park sloppers.
This ride takes you.
If one of them got in a ski lift, they'd just be skiing.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I was on a ski lift like way back in the day when I was like a teenager, and it didn't break down, but there was like something happened. It was like one of those things where somebody, I guess, got to the top and their fucking ski fell, and like they had to stop it for like 3 minutes. And it was while we were halfway up and we're just over this gorge. It wasn't even like, because you know, like this, sometimes there's like, you're on a ski lift and you're like, oh, if I fell from here, it would hurt, but I'd be all right. This was where we were over a big, like, rocky gorge, and then we just sat there swinging in the wind. And that was with thin people on it, and that scared the shit out of me.
Soaring through the sky in a metal rocket. There are stairs in this queue, but
Oh, no. Fucking stairs.
Oh, God.
Wait. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 stairs.
Yeah. God, there's stairs, though?
It's 12 of them.
Oh, my God. What are these? Who built this? The Aztecs?
This thing's gonna take off and immediately bend like a cartoon and just. sparks and just like spin.
There's
Dude,
also
I'm telling you, man, that's like one of those like, could you imagine them when we would stay at like the Signature, the walk we'd have to make?
Yeah, that's fucking.
Could you imagine them trying to make that walk?
No.
elevator if you're unable to use the stairs. The ride vehicle here is a long rocket with 5 rows of bench seating. Each row can seat 2 adults, but that would have been tight for us. So
You're bigger than 2 adults. Do you understand that you had to say the sentence that you are bigger than 2 adults?
But she says it with such joy in her voice, with no self-awareness.
2 adults,
Royce,
but that would have been
Royce,
tight.
You didn't think about it. 2 adults in one of those, there's still room.
Yeah. No.
They're 2.5 adults.
5 rows of bench seating. Each row can seat 2 adults, but that would have been tight for us, so they sat us each in our own row. There is a step up to get into this ride, and we found the opening a bit narrow.
No. The person going into it was a bit wide. The opening is normal sized. You're the thing that's weird.
If you were a wheelchair user,
I'm so sorry, but we cannot make 700-foot long roller coasters for you guys to fit comfortably on. It's not going to work.
you will need to transfer, but they do have a transfer device available.
Yeah? What is it, a catapult?
The safety mechanism here is a seatbelt. So
Oh, do you need an extender? Oh, no, it'll work 'cause it's for 2 people.
those of us sizes 2X and 3X were able to use the seatbelt as is. One of us who is a size 4X thought she wasn't going to be able to ride. The cast member saw her getting off and quickly brought over a seatbelt extender.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Oh no. I would rather just let me get off. Do not go. If I'm there, I'd be passive aggressive. I get the person the worst. He goes, "No, ma'am. We have a seatbelt extender for your fat body. Ma'am, why are you crying? Why are you? Oh, she fell.
They should literally, to shame these people, they shouldn't give them seatbelt extenders. They should give them cargo straps, like they put on the plane, like when they have, you know what I mean? Like when an airplane has like a weapons shipment,
and they ratchet it.
Yeah, like a wooden crate full of M60 machine guns. They have to put these cargo, because if the cargo shifts in flight, it could literally take the plane down.
Yeah. We got this from a military surplus store.
Yeah, you got to get like the C-130 cargo straps.
Jesus Christ.
Off and quickly brought over a seatbelt extender, and she was able to ride comfortably. Ashley decided not to ride, but we do think she would have fit comfortably with the seatbelt extender.
That's the 5X.
Ride wasn't
4 almost didn't make it. I was almost right.
even on our radar, but we really enjoyed it and got to see some amazing views of California Adventure. Also, make sure you take your time getting off because there is a step down onto the small platform.
Look how embarrassing.
We hope that
you film it. You film your
tips help.
embarrassment. Don't stop because I like making fun of you. But like you're filming your embarrassment. You know?
So sad.
Have you been dying to ride Radiator Springs Racers at Disney's
Wait,
California
we
Adventure?
played this one already.
We
I
did
think.
this one. We did this
okay,
one.
Cool,
Yeah, I
making
think
sure.
they either reposted it or
making
something.
sure. Okay, good.
They're not putting out stuff fast enough.
No,
for
well,
my-
I mean,
for my
they don't do anything.
Look
They
at
don't,
them.
they don't do anything fast. But I'll tell you what I got for you, Mersh.
Okay.
Yeah, because you know it's one of your favorites.
It's my girl. I can already hear the crowd. I can already hear this the sweetened up crowd. I know it's our girl.
Oh, this is the Bill Hicks tribute band, right?
The Bill Hicks.
Yeah, it's Dennis Leary.
Oh. Yeah, he has some new show that like nobody cares about.
Yeah,
That he's promoting.
Yeah.
Amazing audience. Hey, Doug. Yeah. Hi, Douglas. How are you, man? What's going on, baby?
He's like, you remember me?
Yeah, you're
me, baby, Doug.
a star. He's such a star.
I miss Ellen. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I kind of miss Ellen. Something about the brutality of that lesbian that I just enjoyed.
No, I really like. I don't know what it is. I enjoy Drew, man. Look, they fucking brutalized that little girl puss for years. She earned this. She earned a fucking retirement plan, way more than Ellen ever did.
Yeah, I guess
Hollywood owes
dog.
this to Drew.
I watch him on television all the time.
Really?
Yes, I watch the show. Every time I'm watching the show, like even some.
Wow, Dennis Leary's face, dude.
Well, he was always a pockmarked, ugly, horrible man. Now he's just an old, pockmarked, ugly, horrible man.
But he's had surgery, like fillers, but also the wrinkles. Like, look at him. Oh no.
Even some of my friends have been on this show, and if Doug
Ozempic, he's on Ozempic. He's got the Ozempic face.
Doug's here while I'm watching the interview, I'm like, what's Douglas doing? What's
how old's Dennis Leary? Can you Pessy, how old's Dennis Leary?
Douglas thinking? We're big dog people.
Have you always been a dog person?
Yes, always. I grew up in the city, but I had a dog. Used to run away all the time. But my wife,
67.
is a huge dog person. We always have at least 3 dogs. Right now, we had 4. Our oldest one passed away.
He just looks like an old
I remember
lesbian.
I wrote a. It's the wildest.
We just had the little tiny one, Holly, 17. You know, that's like, my mother is 97 years old.
Can you believe it? We were talking about your mom upstairs.
Yeah.
Why are they clapping?
Because it's edited in.
Oh.
97.
Okay, first of all, my parents were Irish immigrants, and my mother came here.
We know, man. We've heard your fucking set, and you like steaks, and you don't care, and boobs, and smoking cigarettes, and fucking.
Yeah, you're a
being,
badass,
being
dude.
an
You're such a
asshole, and
badass.
stealing songs from Louis C.K. and fucking I know.
In like 1950 or something.
Can somebody rescue me from this fucking interview?
By boat. She's 97. She remembers everything. Like, literally, not just...
Like when you were relevant? Does she remember that?
What happened on a particular day. Like, if you tell a story at a family gathering, she'll go, no, you're wrong. It was July of 72, and it was you and your cousin, Jimmy, and you guys threw eggs at the rectory the day before. Like, she remembers all
He's so Irish, dude.
the bad stuff that we did, and then she gets angry about it again, right? And the same way with good memories. But anyway, she remembers everything.
Hey, Pezzy, question, and I've asked this before, but I forgot. How old's John Stossel?
Oh man.
Just look.
Oh, he's like 70 in mid 70s. I remember it.
77.
Okay, and so 10 years. So he's 10 years older than Larry.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Stossel looks infinitely
You heard about
better.
that?
ESG investment has taken the financial and corporate world by storm.
It sure did. ESG is a term that's supposed to measure how nice a company is.
E, environment, greenhouse gas emissions.
God, this ESG thing, dude.
S stands for the social side. Union rights, diversity, even abortion access.
How does that help you make computer chips?
Computer chips?
What?
The G stands for governance,
Oh, every word you said there's terrible. Every word in ESG is just something I hate.
even executive pay.
Big investment companies like BlackRock.
Nice. I heard they're great.
They're great guys.
They're awesome, dude. They buy all these properties.
Companies to hire certain people.
You have to force behaviors, whether it's gender or race.
And they pushed sustainability.
All investments are going to be looked through sustainability.
But sustainability is this largely meaningless word that companies use to appear nice. It's usually just marketing. This fund bragged that it helped meet UN sustainability goals by investing in U.S. foods and Clorox.
What?
And former Vice President Al Gore also.
Thank you, Lean and Mean. By the way, Mersh.
What?
You just made the list.
Nice, Tom Holmans.
You just made the list.
I thought that was just Jericho now.
Yeah. That's not true. You met him. That's a lie. He's your friend of the show. Jericho.
Sustainability goals by investing in U.S. foods and Clorox. And former Vice President Al Gore also sells so-called sustainability investments, claiming
the full integration of sustainability factors can actually enhance returns.
But they didn't. Over the past 3 years, his sustainable fund rose a lot less than the stock market. His fund recently admitted, we made investment mistakes. But then they blame the public, saying stocks often trade at foolish prices. But don't worry, says Gore, eventually stock markets will see the wisdom of his vision.
Listen, you whole fucking lesbian. You said Florida was going to be underwater in 2012. So sorry if I don't fucking believe anything you said.
Promised. You promised.
Said that we would be underwater.
The world is shifting toward sustainability.
At least reporters now push back.
People are pulling money from some of these environmental funds.
Trump has also just paused federal loans and grants. Just quick update. Can I throw that out there?
That's why they're talking about impeaching him.
Yeah.
Is this
because he's literally all he's done so far is turn off the fucking deep state faucet, and they're losing their minds.
Yep.
Of sustainable investing?
No, I don't think so at all.
It's not only Gore's fund that underperformed. Most that promote sustainable investment are doing worse than the market. So why did trillions flow into such funds?
Well, because the government was assisting him. Remember that solar panel company that fucking Obama was pushing?
Did it because of pressures.
Solara. Manager Matt Cole worked 15 years at CalPERS, California's government-run pension fund.
I'm sure that runs like a top.
Greedy companies whose main goal is to say we outperform the next guy. Why'd they go along with this?
Their largest clients are blue states pensions like CalPERS and the New York.
Can I correct myself? I'm sorry. It was Solyndra. Solyndra was the company, and we gave them $80 billion. Wow.
And how much did we get back?
We didn't make one solar panel.
Oh. Wow. I think solar panels look expensive, but that's ridiculous.
You know, it gets to a point, right? Like, this is why I don't like when we kind of have this like disingenuous argument where we're like, it's like we shouldn't get taxed so much because the government's so bad with our money. It's like, no, they're not. They know what they're doing. It's money laundering.
They're insidious with our money is more likely.
Yeah, they're fucking evil. It's not that it's not like Obama knew what was going on. This was just, hey, let me make it clear. We're going to give $80 billion to China. We're going to get nothing back. It's just, so we have to pretend like, hey, solar panels, those are cool. And it's like, they know what they're doing, man. It makes me so fucking angry.
Pension, who put pressure on them to say, you either adopt these agendas or you're going to lose us as your largest customer.
So CalPERS brags about mitigating climate risk and getting Exxon to hire climate-conscious board members.
Good.
Federal officials pushed ESG on banks.
They will invest into climate-related...
or else. That's what that was. Or else.
Efforts.
But now banks and BlackRock are running from these alliances.
What you're seeing today is ESG funds shuttering at record speed. If you remember the Homer Simpson meme where he goes back into the shrub. They're going back into the shrub and they're not apologizing.
They never do.
Yeah, I don't think a company with an evil name like BlackRock is going to go, hey guys, I'm sorry.
This ESG fad didn't just hurt investors. It set back companies that America needs. Intel's cutting thousands of jobs, even though our government gives them billions of dollars.
That's not fair. You're not being fair.
Companies often decline when they get in bed with government, probably because bosses focus more on sucking up to politicians rather than innovating. Intel's competitors did innovate.
AMD?
Pushing the limits of performance and energy use.
Meanwhile, Intel spent $300 million on full workforce representation of
to be slightly better by a little unnoticeable amount of AMD on paper, but not really when you play a game. That's really what it is, right? No, but think about it. It's like, well, technically the megahertz, and you're like, yeah, man, but I played it on both, and like it looks and plays the same. So what are we doing here? Why is the Intel one $3,000 more? Can someone explain it to me?
Women and minorities. Its website lists endless ESG goals. They even brag about their ESG bureaucracy. Here's their...
Yeah, that's right. They're so affirmative action. It used to be Intel inside, the old ad. Now it's like Negroes inside. That way they knew that every Intel was built by a black person.
Exhausting chart of it. There's an ESG steering committee, oversight group.
But I didn't install RAM yesterday.
Promoting sustainable computing and green...
What? Hold on. The fuck is sustainable computing? What is sustainable computing?
And green...
Is that like an Asian person recycling?
Yeah, it's another. It's more just made up stuff that we can just get another 80 billion.
Oversight groups promoting sustainable computing and green software, whatever that is. That's a lot of time and energy spent not making the best chip.
Shares of Intel are having their worst day since 1974.
Intel stock is now worth a fraction of what it was a few years ago.
You know that the AI revolution's happening. The opportunity for you is massive, yet
their stock's down 75%.
Yes, you have a company like Intel that's absolutely failing.
At least American politicians haven't pushed ESG and increased regulations and taxes as much as Europe's did. It's probably why America's stock market grew like this, while European stocks grew much less.
ESG funds had their worst year.
Oh, you have any black people in your company?
That's the problem.
You got a license. You got a license for that white employee.
On record now that progressive ESG fantasies flopped, maybe more companies will focus on basic capitalism.
What's Stossel going to do if Trump actually fixes stuff?
I mean, Stossel's old, so hopefully he fixes it and then he can ride off into have a Viking.
I wonder if Stossel's one of those guys that deep down is like, I really don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, can we? Please?
I would rather just be winning, and then I don't have to do this anymore. Yeah, like I'm sure Stossel just wants to sit on a beach.
He doesn't need the money. He doesn't need the money. You know,
he wants to sit like the end of Trading Places, like on a beach, just sipping a fucking drink with a pirate sword going through a piece of fruit. Yeah, he just wants to. I want to be done, man. I want to go on a cruise.
A Chinese marketer is showing the internet how it's done. Tony Zhu, or Tony from LC Sign, has gone viral for his hilarious social media videos blending humor, culture, and LED signs.
Name 5 women that feel safe being in a room alone with you.
I don't know 5 women. Anyways, if you don't know how to take your business to the next level, come see.
Okay, Pessy, can you give me some more clips of this guy? The news is going to edit him down. I want to see him.
Trans man, and
I think I saw a Trump one of him that was a Trump one of him. Give me the Trump one. That was really funny.
No problem. He's fucking based.
Yeah.
And he says some fucking based.
So you're straight. Anyways, watch me put it down like this.
I'm proud to be black.
And I'm proud to be Donald Trump. I've been to China.
Here.
Okay, this guy
Royce, so I'm sending you.
Send it to me.
Tony the LED guy destroying woke TikTokers for 9 minutes.
Okay, give me, please give me. Thank you. Okay, here we go.
I feel sorry for your trans friends. I don't have any trans friends. Anyways, here's how to tell if your LED.
Okay, that's amazing.
Let's fucking go.
You know what's weird? I've seen this guy before.
He pops up, right?
Yeah, I've seen him on like YouTube Shorts once in a while, and I think I've only seen him like once or twice, and I've kind of giggled. I'm like, all right, this guy's great.
Hello. Goodbye. Anyways, if you want to start a business,
I am my boyfriend's first black girlfriend.
If you're black, then I'm the real Donald Trump himself. China, China. I know China very well. I know everybody in China.
Dude, honestly, that's the one I saw. He made fun of that girl more than once.
This is great.
Because she was like, yeah, actually, I'm my boyfriend's first Asian girlfriend. And he literally, the original one he did was, yeah, okay, if you're Asian, then I'm black. Okay? Anyway, here's the It's like, okay.
LED side.
And I'm gay, and I have been.
Isn't that being straight, but just with extra steps? Anyways, watch me put it down like this.
If they send you this, you're gay, is what the sign says.
This guy's great.
Very simple. My favorite expression in English is the one that says, never bite the hand of the one that fingers you, something like that.
This is my favorite guy. I love this guy.
China, China, China. If the USA is great again, then why did someone invented a USB? Actually, this is our A-frame acrylic.
The first 3 things a female notices in a man.
Don't care. Anyways, here's how to tell you.
Don't care.
Oh, he's great.
Don't care.
He's fantastic.
Your LED sign is cheap.
This is Tony the LED guy. He's popping up all over.
Oh my God.
I'm Oliver. Goodbye. Anyways, if you want to start a business, I'm Oliver. I'm Brian.
And I'm Dylan. And together we are
gay as fuck. You guys are.
Gay as fuck.
Gay as fuck. Anyways, we've been making signage for more than 14 years. China, China, China. If the USA is great again, then why did someone invented a USB? Actually, this is our A-frame acrylic light box.
Your gangsta name is the color of your shirt and the last thing you ate. Who are you?
I'm Black Pizza. Anyways, let me tell you, this thing is built to last.
Black Pizza.
I know I don't wipe my ass and it stinks when I walk past you in public, but
Anyways, here's how to tell if your sign is cheap.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas? How dare we?
Merry Christmas to everybody who's watching this video.
This guy's my favorite.
You better lower your mother tone when you talking to me.
If you don't know how to make the store sign, take it.
This guy's a madman.
This guy fucking rules.
He's the best.
He's roasting everybody.
This is what Ian Miles Chong could have been. So
Yeah.
a base dude in Asia, just being funny.
This guy
but he
fucking
sucks.
rules.
They were talking about something super cool called pronoun.
Not interested, sir. Anyways,
Not interested, sir. This guy fucking rules.
here's how to tell if your sign is cheap.
Hello.
Goodbye. Anyways, if you want to start a business,
I'm proud to be black.
and I'm proud to be Donald Trump. You know, I've been to China. Tremendous place, really. China. And I get 10 bitches every day by selling the signs. Yeah. And they pay for the dinner.
5'8" and 13 inches, there's no way.
Yes, there is. Anyways, if you don't know how to take your business to the next level, I'm happy your mom didn't swallow you because you're my best friend. Anyways, we've been making signage for more than 14 years.
Guys, next time the woman you're talking to.
I don't speak to women. Anyways, guys.
I want this guy on the show. I want to talk to him.
Here's a great solution for your business building. My favorite expression in English is the one that says, never by the hand.
Worse having a sister.
What?
Seen a guy's having a mom, and even worse having a sister.
What? Anyways, watch me put it down like this. It gets sucked immediately. China. And I get...
A lot of these seem to be repeats.
What's up, homie? I'm Tony. We've been making signage for more than 14 years.
What's your type?
6 foot, money, Mexican, well-mannered.
Anyways, here's how to tell if your sign is cheap.
Nice titties. Mind if I,
Anyways.
I know I don't wipe my ass and it's...
Yeah. This guy. Okay, did you see Stephen A. Smith pivoting, Mersh?
No.
Former Vice President Kamala Harris could be planning another White House run for the presidency in 2020.
Do it.
Please,
Yes,
please
do it.
You have my blessing.
Do it. Please run.
28. According to New York Magazine, she hasn't ruled it out yet. She may not have Stephen A. Smith's vote this time around. The sportscaster and podcast host has said he feels like a fool for voting for her. And he thinks the Democratic Party doesn't have anyone fighting for voters.
But you voted for her because you're an idiot and you are a fool.
Here's the deal. The man was impeached twice. He was convicted on 34 felonies.
And now I messed up because some of my colleagues backed Trump before the election, so he's going to be nice to them. And I waited till after the election after publicly supported Kamala Harris. But now I'm kind of fucked.
I got a lot of egg on my face.
Yeah. I should have been talking about Trump instead of Pokemans.
And the American people still said, he's closer to normal than what we left. That's what they're saying. He's closer to normal. Why? Because something that pertains, when you talk about the transgender community, for example, and you're talking about the issues that pertain to less than 1% of the population, the Democratic Party came across as if that was a priority more so than the other issues. What voter out there can look at the Democratic Party at this moment in time and say, there's a voice for us? Somebody that's...
BlackRock. People who work for BlackRock. If you work for the big pharma industry, bankers.
Vanguard.
Weapon manufacturers.
Boeing.
Boeing. The entirety of Israel. The entirety of Saudi Arabia. Anyone else? I think I got him. Did I get everybody? I think I got him.
speaks for us, that goes up on Capitol Hill and fights the fights that we want them fighting on our behalf. They didn't do that. And that's why their behinds are home, and that man is back into the White House, and they want to sit up there and talk. You look at the networks right now, they're talking about him. Look at it. This is the latest. Look at him. Here he goes again. Well, you know what here he goes again means? He's doing what he said he was going to do.
I mean, he nailed it. The Democratic Party at this moment, Harris, is listless.
Yeah, I don't care. You're not welcome here, Stephen A. Smith. I'm sorry, but we're not doing this. No hanger-ons anymore, because every time we do that, again, it took the entirety of the country to change for these people to be like, oh, actually, Bank of America is like, oh, we love conservatives on our platform. Oh, you fucking phonies. All of you fuckers. All of you phony fuckers now, huh?
They're all just fucking, like, I mean, it's like the dude said, it's the meme. They're all going back into the bush.
Yep.
And then emerging with their fucking GOP shirts on.
All right, what's this? Frozen put a movie trailer for us to see. I don't know what it is.
Oh,
but
no.
I don't know what it is. When he doesn't put them often, but when there is one, it's probably bad. It's called The Unbreakable Boy.
Hey, Ozman, are you sure that's the right hat for your first day?
Oh, that's what's his face, Zachary Levi.
Don't be a goober, Daddy.
He's kind of bass, by the way.
Your Jessica is the best one. It's the Mountain Dew Code Red of hats. And the best part is the chicks dig it.
Oh, dude.
Little Pessy's in this movie? I didn't know that.
The movie's called Lil Pessy.
It's called Lil Pessy.
Look, listen, okay?
How'd you get over that
I
list?
didn't sign my rights to this. I'm offended, to be honest with you. And I'm a pitch black person. Code Red is okay, but I prefer pitch black.
I like one more of a Baja Blast kind of guy.
Baja Blast is good. The pineapple Baja Blast is so good.
I'm Austin, but you can call me Ozman.
I'm not going to. You're not cool enough for me to do that.
Also, you can't give yourself a nickname. That's not how this works.
Yeah, I know. People organically called me Thundercock. I wasn't like I came up with it and was pushing it. That's for sure.
I have a lizard named Molly.
Okay, you know, I'm not going to lie to you. That's kind of adorable. The lizard with the little Santa hat. I will say that is kind of cute.
Molly and the killer hat collection. When I meet people, I tell them everything. Logan, this is Tyler. He said we can be best friends. All I have to do is shut up.
It's kind of funny, actually. Shut up.
Oh yeah, I'm also autistic.
No shit, huh?
Really? First time hearing of it.
This reminds me of those movies that came out in the 90s, like Simon Birch, where it's like heartwarming and kind of funny, and it's about a retarded kid, and then about 45 minutes in, like wham, someone dies.
Someone gets cancer. His dad gets cancer.
Someone gets cancer.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Where it's like, it's funny. You're like, oh man, you know, I'm rooting for this little kid, this little retard. Oh, and then all of a sudden it's like his mother got hit by a bus. You're like, what?
Robin Williams is a young boy in a grown man's body. Oh, he's dying before his friend.
He's dying. That's he can't. He's a 90-year-old graduating. Oh no. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. One of these comedy fucking sad. They hit you with this just death out of nowhere.
I remember that movie, Jack. Was it called
Yeah,
Jack?
Jack.
Or something?
It was Jack. Yeah.
What a fucking depressing movie that was.
Right?
Autism presents.
Fucking. What was the other album? Was it Patch Adams? You're like, oh, it's about this doctor that makes people laugh, and then his wife gets shot by a mental patient. You're like, what the fuck?
I'm also autistic.
Autism presents itself in many different ways.
It's a class for kids with special
Some people just become podcasters.
needs. They think that it's time, that it's only going to get worse.
Wait, are they going to kill him? What's happening here?
Earth to Austin. I think his brain's on another planet.
Nope, my brain is right here in my head on Earth.
Fuck yeah, bro, got him.
This is not what I thought it was going to be like.
Shoes on. Dad's late for work.
All right, you know what, man? Honestly, like,
I don't.
I was hoping it was like I was just hoping because I know Frozen likes to torture us, and I was just hoping it wasn't some like woke,
it's not
retarded bullshit. And this is like a story about.
I think you're right. I think you're right. I'm not hating it.
It's wholesome so far. I can't hate on it.
Let's hope. I mean,
I'm not going to be online to see it at the Cinemark or anything. But I mean,
what are you doing?
I feel like I'm failing every day, and the harder I try, the worse I do.
Honey, your mistakes don't define you. How you heal does.
You've given up so much for this family, and you have never stopped fighting for us.
Here's to one day at a time.
Check how much
You
we
guys are
do,
just
boy.
like, you know what? This is actually wholesome. And then it just cuts to his wife. He's autistic because you voted for Trump, Alan.
And you're like, oh, God damn it. And there it is.
Why are you such a jerk, man? Give it back.
It's not, but you can borrow sometime.
Why do you even want to be friends with him? Because he's sad.
Oh, man.
Here's a true fact. Sometimes a sad moment feels happy. And sometimes a happy moment feels sad. I don't always know why. That's just what it's like to be Austin.
You're doing awesome, dude. Go on, get back out there.
I can't.
Sure you can. Watch this.
God damn it! Dude, fucking, they're making a good movie. We've been so beaten by these fucking woke bullshit that when
We're
you
all
see
flinchy.
when you see like a throwback, like Pesci saying in one of these throwback movies, you're like, okay,
We're
fine.
flinchy.
God damn it!
This looks good. This just looks like retarded Rudy.
Yeah, exactly. Rudy was retarded Rudy.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, fine. Royce, it's like retarded radio.
Well, no, radio was also retarded. No, you stop mentioning retard
Rain
movie.
Man?
No, also retard. Don't say Forrest Gump. The whole movie was about him being retarded.
Fuck.
Okay, so we're out.
Do you want to fly?
Yeah!
What's eating Gilbert Grape?
He's like, do you want to fly? And then it just cuts to them on an airplane and the kid is fucking screaming.
I can enjoy anything as much as my son enjoys.
It might be. Look, it has Zachary Levi in it. Zachary Levi is actually pretty fucking based on Twitter too.
Everything.
Look, Dad, it's a dragon!
No, it's a kite, you stupid idiot!
Start yelling at him. Dragons aren't real, you little fucking retard.
What are you fucking stupid? I was in Chuck.
Oh God, that's right. That's what he's from.
Yeah.
Because Austin, every day can be the best day. Every moment.
Just firing arrows at the crowd.
Best moment.
This is the best day of my life!
You just have to be able to see it.
Fine. God damn it.
I mean, I'm not going.
Good.
But
No,
good luck.
let's have a
good luck with the movie. I'm
Yeah,
sure
you
it's
know,
gonna be
but
good.
it's nice to see that not it wasn't a bait and switch, and it was like you said, Trump's election is what made you retarded.
I'm telling you, dude, we've all become flinchy.
Yeah.
It's just the way, you know what I mean?
I
It gets to
know.
that point where you're just expecting to get punched every 2 seconds. So you're like, oh, it's just a normal. Okay.
We've
All
been
right.
just buck broken by this goddamn entire system, dude. It's fucking sad. Tom Rose, Mercedes, boys, did you hear about the Jersey restaurant that had a Proud Boys burger is now getting a rash of shit over it? What are they going to do? The majority of the country is not on their side. No one cares. Antipathy says, hell yeah, brother. Thank you. Tom Rose, Mercedes says, yeah, it runs like a top. If the top was a dreidel. Okay, that's good. That was good. That was good. That was good. You know what else is good? Pessi's next.
Hey, let's go.
And then Nightwave this evening.
I will be there at 10 o'clock.
Daywave tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Just search for Daywave on YouTube or on Rumble. And, of course, if guys, join our locals, because tomorrow is a locals only show.
Or our Patreon,
Or
if
our
you don't like
Patreon.
locals.
Either or works for us, and you get the same quality content at a reasonable $7 a month price. And you really do help us. We had a couple sign-ups today, so thanks for the people that sign up. You guys are the best. And again, if you want to listen to the audio version, just if you listen to Spreaker or wherever you want. But I'm just letting you know you'll be helping us if that's where you're listening. Guys, I think we are fucking out of here. Bye. Wiki.
Error.
You know, this is the best Virgie's ever been on the show.